Welcome to Soulful Spaces, Junk Journaling Techniques. Join me on this journey of creativity and faith as we are going to explore the art of junk journaling. So we are going to be transforming ordinary materials into extraordinary works of art, all the while deepening our connection with God. Welcome back to another episode of Soulful Spaces, our junk journaling technique journey that we are on. If you watch my other videos, you'll see how I made the fabric covered Amazon envelope in the first video out of an Amazon paper envelope, right? And we covered it with fabric. The next video I showed you how I chose the papers, and we did this unique design of using eyelets and elastic to put in our 3 signatures. Today, I want to show you how I use junk mail, and we are going to create a piece of ephemera from this piece of junk mail envelope. And what is it going to look like when we're done? Let me give you an example. I made a different one for this other kit. Here's the one that I'm patterning, the one we're going to make today off of. I love that I added the gorgeous little fibers. And in the window of this, I didn't put anything special, but today we are. And so it folds out and it folds out again. Okay, so it's a wonderful, and you can tuck little things. So we're going to have fun. And it's going to be collaged. So that's how it's going to look. Let's set that one aside. We're not going to use that one anymore. We're going to start on this. So I really don't need to have the journal here, but I'm going to put it on this page. And when I attach it, will be at the very end. So what do you need? You need to go find a junk mail envelope that has a window in it. Go ahead and gently pull it open. And if there's any of these tab things left, you don't really, we don't want those, because the height that I've made mine, I'm going to cut this tab off. And I'm going to cut the top tab off because we don't need that for this episode, for this piece of ephemera, okay? So I've cut that one off, and I'm cutting this one off. Now you can see this is torn, but guess what? It won't matter because we're going to collage the whole thing together, so it's going to work out great. How is it going to be attached? It's going to be attached on the flap is what's going to keep it in there. See, it's going to come in like that, and then it's going to be attached like that. So let's set this aside so I don't get glue and ink and everything all over it, and let's attack this. So you need to find some, this is where you get to use up all your scraps or any of your pages from any digital kits. I, of course, am going to be using my digital kit pages. And I decided for this one, I want to have something that you actually see through my window. And I decided to use this particular piece of digital paper that I created because it has Jesus as the king, even though he never was. Well, he is our king, but he doesn't really wear a crown, but he does. Anyway, that's what I'm going to put in there, okay? So I'm going to be using this paper. Where will that design be? You will find out. I'm actually going to glue it right on to the window, okay? And then we're going to collage around it is what my plan is. So let's start off quickly. We are going to, I want to put it right there. Now, how am I going to figure this one out? Okay, let's just make some pencil marks. A mark on here. It doesn't have to come over that far. And then it needs to be about right there. So I'm just kind of giving myself some extra around it because, again, I'm going to glue it right onto this piece. There we go. And then, of course, what I cut off goes into the bin to be used, right? Okay, we'll come over here. And this is not precise, doesn't need to be precise. But there's some scrap paper that we're going to have. We don't need all this extra, I know that. So let's do that. And it's going to be this direction. So I'm going to lay this in here exactly the way I would like it. You can see it's going to, I don't really need all that. So again, I'm going to trim a little bit more because that's where I want the texture to be. So let's go ahead and trim about that much off. That would be okay. You're just trying to make sure that it doesn't go over your fold is all you're doing. So let's make sure that's where I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue around the window, and then we'll glue it that way, and then I'll turn it over and make sure that the whole thing is glued, because I want to be able to play with this. See, I want to make sure that I have the picture right in there. So I have I have quite a few sets of background pages kits where I've added gorgeous faith pictures, depictions, you know, of Jesus. Yeah, mostly I think that's what I have. So if you're interested in getting some faith pages, you can, the kits are listed here in the description if you're interested in any of those. Okay, we've got that done. See how that worked out good. Now, the question then will be, what colors do I want around there? So I like the dark. Do I like that, or do I like this? Okay, I'm having a problem with the acetate. That's like too similar. I feel like it needs to be something different. Let's see, what's this one? No, I don't like that. Okay, I think I'm just going to go back with the piece that I cut off. Because what we're going to do is, if you're new to playing with junk mail envelopes, see they're always rounded, and I do not bother trying to make things round. I just square it all off. So let's trim the white off of this. And then we're going to glue, and I'm going to glue this all the way to the top. And we're just going to square that off. I think that works. Let's do that. So I'm a glue first, cut second person. Some people cut first, cut them all, make it all perfect, and then they glue it. That's not me. Because I've had too many mistakes happen where I thought I trimmed it exactly the size I wanted, and it turned out it wasn't. And then it's even more frustrating. So we know that's going to be folded over, right? So now I can just trim that right off. So I hope you're enjoying my new Soulful Spaces series. It's new. I'm going to be doing at least one video a week, maybe 2 or even 3, of techniques. We're going to use my journal as like a big blank journal that we are going to fill up with lots of faith ephemera. So if you are interested in that, you are going to enjoy that. I think that's actually going to work. And look, I can use these other pieces on this size. Ooh, yeah, okay. I love collage. Why does Diane like collage, you might ask? Because I think it gives you so much freedom. There's freedom in that you don't, and it's organic, so you don't really know how something's going to turn out. And you get to just kind of play around and juxtaposition colors and designs. And then when you're done, it just comes out and it's beautiful. That's why I love collage. And there's no, quote, right or wrong. So if you are a perfectionist, of which I am, and you, oh, no, that's too similar. Let's do the dark side. And if you want to rid yourself of that perfectionism, hang out with me, because you'll see I am all about spending time with God, making fun stuff, but it does not have to be perfect. And if it, you know, if it gets messed up, it gets messed up. It's okay. There, that works. Yeah, I like that. Okay. And if I don't, it's just paper, right? It's just paper. And again, if you're kind of noticing, hopefully you can see in the video, I'm squaring off those little rounded corners. And let's cut that. Okay. And so that works. And now we're going to fold it and we'll trim it. Now as you're trimming, don't trim the envelope, just trim the paper. There we go. That works. And then this little piece, I want this piece to like go across there. I think that's a good setting. Yes. See, that works. Let's just go ahead. I am going to trim this one. If I can get underneath there. There we go. And we'll just glue that. Let me get my glue paper out so I don't get glue all over my mat, because it's not fun cleaning off the glue. So some of my questions for you to comment on today are, have you done a lot of junk mail envelopes and made fun things? That's, I think, a staple in junk journaling, to be honest. And so, yeah, what's your level of comfort with junk mail envelopes? There, you could watch hundreds and hundreds of videos. I've made quite a few. I continue to make them because, you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to go across. We'll make that a bridge just like I did at the bottom. That's what we'll do. Because they're just awesome. They're such a great staple, a tool, I guess if you want to say, staple of materials. First of all, because you probably get so many in the mail every single day like I do, number one. And number two, how cool is that to recycle and make really cool things out of envelopes? And of course, once I started saving them, I have this huge drawer. And the other day I said, I don't want to save anymore. You have to go make a bunch of stuff, Diane. Use them up, because it can overwhelm you. So now we're going to need something light on the front of this. Not this paper. We need to go somewhere else with coloring. Oh no, I like the blue, but it's a different blue. Ooh, let's put that on there. Doesn't that look good? Yes. Let's do that. So we'll glue this whole piece. And we're going to put it, I'm going to place it where I want it, and then I'll trim it. I'm not really going to the edge of it because I wanted to change. I don't want the edge colors right now. I just want that color. So that works out great. Okay, and now we'll trim all this off. And of course, I just noticed the bottom or the top of this envelope is not pretty, it's not straight, but that's okay. Because we can just trim it right down there. Okay, look how quick and easy that was. See how pretty it is also? Now we're going to add some fun things on there. So remember, this is now going to open this way. So we're going to cover this, and we're going to cover all this. So I definitely want to use, is this wide enough? Well, let's see. You know what I could do is I could just, this is that weird curve. Why don't we just make it straight? And to make it straight, hold on, I'm going to get my paper trimmer, because I can cut straight for a little bit, but not that much. Let's cut it so that it matches the middle. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be better. There we go. Yeah. That will work. Okay, so what I thought of doing now is, let's put this fun piece on there. Ooh, yeah, because look. Now, one of the things you're going to find out if you start looking at my kits, go to my Etsy shop, and I have pictures of all the pages, is that I do all the decorating for you, okay? I do layers and layers of like stamping and all that fun kind of stuff, and can you see that there's a cross on here? There's a cross in the background of this, so we're actually going to use it from that direction, because let's add the cross, right? That's the part that I have a lot of fun with making my digital kits is, like I said, adding, stamping, what looks like stamp. And I basically am digitally collaging is what you'll find that I'm doing. And you get to benefit because now I've been stamping and crafting for more than 20 years. So I have thousands of stamps. Okay, so when I start doing stuff, people are like, well, where'd you get that stamp? Well, that stamp is so old, you can't. And then why should you have to go and invest right, in buying all of these stamps. So it's just so much easier if you use my digital kits. You've got it all done for you. Now, can you notice how the paper goes over? And I'm okay with that because we have plenty of space in there because it was already straight. So that made that a whole lot easier. Okay, we are just cooking along. I'm doing pretty good on my time. Okay, look at this fun piece of paper that I made. Isn't this like really cool? Portrait de Mercate. This is an overlay that I added to this background. It's just really fun. I just think it might be fun. Does it have anything to do with Jesus? No. You know what? Let's do this on the side. Okay, so first, I did not trim these pages. I should have done that, but I'll do it quickly now. As you can see, my printer, my girlfriend has the 2850 Epson EcoTank 2850. And when I bought mine a year and a half ago, the 4800 was on sale. And so I thought, well, 4800 probably has better things too. Does more things? Guess what? It actually doesn't. If you're looking to buy an Epson EcoTank, buy the 2850. Why would I'm telling you to buy the 2850? Because it actually does double-sided printing very easily. Where mine, I have to pull the paper out, put it back in, make sure you're putting it. It's just crazy. The other thing that it does is, and mine won't do it. It's not built into my machine. It will print to the very edge. You'll have no edge. Well, how cool is that? You don't have to do all that, and you get more print, right? You get more of the print design, which is what we want, on the paper. So, yeah, obviously I'm not going to go buy a new one. I'm just going to keep the one I have. So I've done the workaround, which, as I said, the workaround is I have to just trim all my papers and blah, blah, blah. But if you're looking into one, I definitely recommend Epson EcoTanks. I print hundreds, probably 1,000 pages a month. And the inks, I don't buy the Epson inks. I buy the replacement inks are a knockoff, and they work fine. And I don't even put ink in like maybe every 6 months. Yes, that tells you, yeah. So if you want to invest in something that is, no, that's too much, one big piece of paper. You know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to use parts. Anyway, if you want to invest in something, that is a great investment. Epson EcoTank 2850, and it's usually on sale. So don't pay more than like $200 for it, $220 maybe, because it's always on sale. So it was just on sale again for Black Friday, and it'll be on sale again. Just shop online. Let's trim this up. What I think it needs, I think we need to use some of my, here, we need some like this kind of words. This is concordance paper. And I sprayed it with distress sprays just to add some color to it, which was kind of fun. So you know what we're going to do? We are going to get this out. We're going to tear this. Perfect. And then we're going to put it down. And I'm actually going to leave the beige because I've got so much stuff going on. We got words there. We got words here. So again, we're going to cover this whole thing, collaging it. Oops, hold on. There we go. And of course, now, what did I just do? I got glue everywhere. Let me get it. Okay. It's kind of hard to work on the papers when you get glue all over your fingers, because then as you're trying to do something, it keeps sticking. Okay, let's trim this. There we go. And I feel like we need something else. We need to do some more piecing on this. Let's do that. piece. We use the edges of it. There we go. And that comes right to that edge, which is what I needed. Okay. Piece. You know what? I'm going to just go on the edge, so I'll put some glue on there. Does that fit on there? And then does that fit there? Too similar. What else do we have there? No, I don't want to use that paper. What do we have left from this? Oh, we could put the pretty flower on it. Let's do that. Let's do the flower. Okay, so let's cut this straight. Let's put the flower on. Yeah, I like the flower. That breaks it up a little bit. Okay, let's do, I'll go all the way over that way. You know what? The problem is I have everything horizontal. I just realized. Maybe we piece it like this. I think that's a little bit more interesting. Let's do it that way. We're going to turn it and get a vertical component to the collage. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I like that better. And then we need something here. Now we could pull this blue in. Oh, it's just slightly not big enough. Okay. What else do I have out here? No, I don't really want any more words. And I don't have any bigger pieces there. Maybe we can put this here. Should have pulled more papers out of my stash. I have to keep them in this cart beside me and then move them around. Oh, that looks good. I like that. And I just didn't pull enough out. Well, let's just go over there and make it. We'll just square it off on our own, right? There we go. I love this, these damasks that I was using when I did this kit. This is an older kit. This is one of my first kits, actually. Now, you're probably thinking, Diane, you didn't cover that. And then I just realized oh, you know, I do have to. Wait a minute, it is going to be there. Yes, I forgot. Duh, you will see that part. That's okay. We'll get some more papers on there. That will put that little piece on there. There we go. Could. No. Here, let's do this piece on here. There we go. Like a puzzle, like a puzzle. It's funny, I'm not really a puzzle person. And I have a funny story too. I'm not really a game person either. And the reason I'm not really a game person is because of my brother. I'm the oldest, then I had one brother. And whenever we played a game, he beat me at every single game we ever played. So by the time I got to be probably 12, I was like, I'm never playing games with you again. And so I stopped playing games. And it was funny. Once I got married and had kids, my parents would come all the time to be with their grandchildren and be with us. And they'd say, well, let's play a game. And I was like, Mom, you know I hate games. I don't want to play any games. Well, I rediscovered that I can play games because I wasn't playing with my brother. So then we all got into playing games and we had a really good time. So, okay. So we've got our backgrounds done. Now we get to just first let's edge it. Now we're going to decorate, right? Okay, let's edge everything up. Yeah, that's okay. That's going to be the glue down part. Let's edge it all. Now, as you notice, I didn't edge stuff as I was gluing it. Yeah, that's just what's going to happen, and I'm okay with it. It's going to be fine. So get it all edged up. Now, I used some big sheets on some of these spaces, so it's like all one. And you can do lots more, you know, little pieces. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do with collage. It's your piece. Okay. And let's put some edging on the inside. Cover up the white spots. Okay. I'm going to kind of just rub this on here to edge it a little bit. Edge those parts to just make it look old. And let's make sure all these, as I'm folding it, you can see now that, you know, you gotta make sure you have good glue. I mean, all the edges are really glued. Okay, so how is this going to look? It's gonna be in the book like this, right? You're gonna flip it out like that. Right, and then it goes right back like that into our book. So now what am I having a problem? Oh, wait. I just have to glue it. That's all. It's just, that's part of the envelope. It has nothing to do with what we're making. It's just the envelope edge. Okay. Okay, I'm liking this. So now next we are going to start decorating. Okay, I'm back. I've done a couple things off camera, but now some things I wanted to show you. So let's go back here. What I've done on the inside is I took a piece of music paper, and I had already tea dyed it. I have a stash of that, and I'm going to use that as a pocket. So let's start there. Let's use the glue stick. So we're going to add that. And so all I did was, to make it gusseted, I folded the edges so that you have a little bit of leeway. And I made it the right size. So we've got that on there. And then in all my stash, in my ephemera kits, this is in one of my ephemera kits, and I printed it on what I call verse art. I printed this on a sticker, so it's older. I do vellum right now, right? And I decided, well, I want to put that on a tag, so we're going to make a tag. I'm going to show you how I'm going to make a tag. And then on the outside, go backwards, I added this black lace because I thought it looked really, really good. It kind of grounded this part, which is what I liked. And then I pulled out another piece of ephemera from one of my ephemera kits, and I used a eyelet, and we're going to use a bulb pin, and we are going to attach this so that it hangs off onto the lace. So that's what that's going to look like. So see how that's going to hang there, which looks really cool. So let's go back over here. I don't think I'm going to do too much other stuff. I want to put this tag in there. So let me show you how I do. We're going to do some mixed media. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to do the swipe and wipe technique that Tim Holtz taught ages ago, probably 20 years ago. So you basically put some of your spray inks on a Teflon sheet. There we go. I put too much on there. And you spray some water because we're going to dilute it, right? So you're going to spray some water. And then we are going to swipe. Ooh, see how pretty that is? We're going to just kind of dab those colors and let them go wherever they want to go. Yes, that looks good. And of course, I have all this ink left, and the rule is you never throw away ink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over here and set it on a paper towel, and I'm going to grab some other tags, and we'll just go ahead and make some more tags. See how pretty? I love, because here we go again. It's organic. You never know what you're going to get, but I always love whatever I get. See how we can do that? Almost probably one more swipe. So you can get at least 3 tags. There we go. Out of one dose of doing that. See how nice they are? And I wanted that skinnier one. And then, okay, there's like really nothing left. So now I'll just wipe it off. So you really, you can do this on a plastic bag if you don't have the Teflon mat. I have quite a few of them over on my big table that you guys kind of see behind me. And I don't have my heat gun here, so I'll be right back. I'm going to go heat gun this so that they're dry and we can continue. Okay, they're dry. Once they're dry, you can do this other really fun thing that's called the flick that Tim talks about. I always spray it into the wrong hand. So you just spray some water on your hand and you flick, right? Flick some water onto there. And I'm going to show you what's going to happen. All of Tim Holtz's spray distress stuff is, this one is the spray stains. They are water reactive. And so the minute I put water back on top of it and then I dab it off, you get these really fun watermarks. And you can do that as much or as little as you want. It just adds some interest. Isn't that so pretty? Yes. Okay, so let's set those two aside because they'll be ready for the next project. Let's go back over here. And now when you hear me talking about my verse art, as I said, I print it now on vellum. This I printed on sticker paper. And here's going to be one of the reasons. I'm going to tell you why I stopped doing sticker paper. Because you got to get to the edge somewhere. And so you can sit here for a while doing, there we go, I got it, and it goes right back down. Where the vellum, if you watched me earlier, it's just so much easier to do the vellum. Okay, come on, there we go. Get your nail under there, Diane. There. Did I get it? Okay. The other thing is, this is non-forgiving. When you put it down, it's done. You cannot move it. Unlike the vellum, what's weird is the sticker is kind of like the vellum with some sticky on it, to be honest with you, is all it is. But it's more forgiving and you can play around with it, you know, so much more. So because our front one says pray, I picked a verse, which can I even read it? Colossians 42. Devote yourselves to prayer, being watchful and thankful. So that's the message that I'm going to put in my faith journal that we're making. And why is this, what is going on? There we go. I don't know why it got sticky there. Okay, now that's going to go on there. And of course we need to put, and I found this butterfly in my stash. I don't know if it's too much. Yeah, I think that might be a little bit too much. So we're going to put something on here, but let's put some ribbon on here first. Of course, do I have some right here? Yeah, we'll use this. This will work. My ribbon is across the room where I have, thousands of rolls. I probably have 500 rolls of ribbon and fibers and all that jazz. And I have some on a little cart beside me on this table. So we're just going to use that because that works. Okay, I like that. Now, later on, I'll probably stick some more things in there. Like I found in my stash that I got some cool postcards that are out of one of my kits. So you could stick those in there. Let's put a blue one in there. Those both would work well. I like the butterfly. I wonder. I think it is too busy. So stop that one, Diane. Okay, let's put... Now, these little containers, I get these at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And I love them because they're flat, and so I can store all my little ephemera pieces for my kits, but I can move it around and kind of see it. Oh, look, I got a smaller butterfly. Oh, Oh, there we go. I love when I find stuff that I've already cut out. So I have 4 ephemera kits, I'm pretty sure. And like one has 311 pieces in it. I give you so much. If you are just getting started in faith journaling, in faith art, you need to get some faith ephemera. If you don't even buy any of my other kits, just get some faith ephemera because I've done it for you. I've already made all these really fun little tags and little pieces, and they all have verses and quotes and all that kind of fun stuff. So that way, that's a quick and easy way to add faith right to a journal, right? Just can quickly do that. So I like that. I have a whole kit where I have all these really awesome stamps. But then if I put 2, remember I said it has to be odd. Maybe we'll just leave it the way it is. I like the butterfly. I think that works. Okay, so let's go back, get the journal out, and let's put it in our journal so that you get to see how it's going to look. Do I have this upside down? No, there's the top. Okay, here we go. So, I picked the middle page of my first signature. So we are going to put that, it's going to get glued right in there like that. So let's put the glue on the envelope flap. There we go. Sorry, I'm down too far in my camera. Let me move up. So we're going to put this down. So let's move this out of the way. I'm just going to play with this, make sure I get it on there as straight as possible, right? There we go. There we go. So this will fold over there. This will fold like that. And then we have our pray on top of with a bulb pin. So that looks really, really pretty. I'm happy. I'm glad this turned out. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you try using junk mail, number 1, and making an envelope and then having the faith ephemera. So in the description, I will have the links to my faith ephemera kits. And in fact, you know what I think I'm going to do? I am going to go put them on sale. I will have my faith ephemera kits on sale. I'll give you 20% off, and I'll do it for the weekend. So if you watch this video over the weekend, you can still go in and buy some of these faith kits. As I said, they're the best thing going because this way it's really quick and easy. All the backgrounds and then doing envelopes and stuff, that's cool. You can use whatever papers that you have. But when you want to go to add faith, well, are you going to sit and make all this? Well, you don't have to because Diane already did all that. So here's one I cut out I thought I was going to use but didn't work. Here's one of the kits. Isn't that a pretty piece? It's just so pretty. And this says verse and notes. So again, you could write notes. So if you're giving this to somebody, that's a great one to use. And then this kit I just put up just a couple days ago. This is what I call vintage flowers. So hold on, let me get to the beginning of the kit. And I just printed it and I was going to use it. Okay, so you get 2 pages of these gorgeous vintage flowers with words on them, and these are actually from the Commons collection that you're allowed to use that I downloaded from the internet that I'm allowed to put in one of my kits. They're just so beautiful, so I didn't need to make those, but I made these. And so what you get in this one is you get 1 page with no verses on it. You get the exact same page. See, what I did is I went ahead and made it faith art. So there's a verse or words on each one of those. And then I gave you, excuse me, bigger cards, the same thing. So here's the 4 cards with no words. Here's the 4 cards with faith words. Here's another set. So there was 2 sets of those. And with some different verses, like this says, worship over worry, but first pray, sing so the Lord, right? Trust God. So that's one of my kits. So I will have all the ephemera kits, like I said, on sale for you for 20% off. So please like, please share, please comment. Let me know if you've, as I mentioned, my earlier question was, have you used junk mail envelopes? Have you converted them? There are so many different ways. I have multiple videos about using junk mail and window envelopes in so many ways. All my Faith Windows kits have one. So have you done that, or is this a first for you? Blessings.